Welcome back from the break, Rams. I'm Zeya Highley, and let's take a look at our current conditions on campus right now. So you can see we're at a temperature of 20 degrees with occasional snow flurries and medium cloud cover, so we can get little sprinkles of snow here and there. You're not going to be able to see too many stars tonight. And we do have wind from 5 to 10 miles per hour and humidity at 89%, almost 90, so pretty humid tonight. And now we can check out what it looked like on campus today. So if you were walking to class, you saw we still have a ton of snow piling up, but the sun was able to poke out for a little bit and melt some of that away. The oval was still closed, and there was lots of debris from the trees that just broke off in the oval. Even around campus, there was tons of trees just bent over. They could not handle the moisture, even some on cars that did some damage there. But of course, there's always a positive to the situation. There are students out on the IM field building crazy things like this. It was very entertaining for me to watch outside of my dorm room, I gotta admit. And now we can look at the overnight lows. So the rest of Colorado is having a pretty chilly night, just like we are. So if we check out the eastern side, we're in the 20s with Lyman at 24, Burlington at 28, and Sterling at 26. Then Lamar pushes up into the 30s. And then looking at the I-25 corridor, we've got Pueblo at 28, Colorado Springs at 24, and Denver up to 25. And then moving on to the mountain side, right on the edge of the mountains here, we've got places like Vail, Gunnison, Telluride, and Alamosa are all expecting some higher amounts of snowfall tonight. So they could get between 1 to 6 inches of snow, a lot different than our little bit of flurries. And then as we move over into the mountains, we've got Grand Junction at 32 and Craig at 22. And then we can move on to tomorrow's highs. So tomorrow's looking like a pretty medium day, similar to today. We've got temperatures in the 40s in Sterling and Burlington. Lamar gets up to 43, Lyman at 36. And then in southern Colorado, we're experiencing lots of wind gusts. So there's going to be super high miles per hour, up to 45 miles in places like Pueblo and Lamar. And then in the mountains, we stay around in the 30s. So Vail, Gunnison, and Telluride in the 30s. Grand Junction pushes up to the 50s, and then Craig gets up to 43. But if you are in Fort Collins, you can expect tomorrow's forecast to look like a high of 41 and a low of 17 with some pretty cloudy skies. And you can see here I have our UV index is a 5 out of 10. And what this means is that it's actually recommended that you wear sunscreen tomorrow. So you may be thinking, why would I wear sunscreen? But the snow can actually reflect the UV rays and give you a sunburn. So that's what's recommended for tomorrow. And we only have 3 days left until spring. It's on Saturday, and you know I'm so excited for that. And lastly, we can check out our 5-day forecast. So on Wednesday, we have a high of 41 and a low of 17. And then moving on into Thursday and Friday, we get super sunny skies that'll hopefully melt the snow. Highs in the 40s, lows in the 20s there. And then on the weekend, on spring, it starts on Saturday. We've got a high of 54 and a low of 32. And then Sunday, we get a little bit of moisture with a high of 46, low of 32. And that's all I have for the weather. But don't go anywhere because we have Robbie Patla and Sophia Ridley covered with more news after the break.